Hello, Spartans. Welcome to the Spartan Race preview podcast for Spartan Hvar, our 100-meter and sprint world championship and also trifecta weekend. Today, I am joined by Thomas Blanc, the person behind making this event happen. He's our race director. Welcome, Thomas.
Hello, welcome, Iris. Thank you for having me, and yeah, excited to share some stuff about the race.
Amazing. Thomas, tell me what excites you most about Spartan Hvar this year?
So it's our second year to Hvar, and I think the first year was really a test on seeing what we can do with that venue and how to use to the maximum the different features of the place. And I'm just super excited to go back and like to deliver again the same kind of event we did last year. There's few like twists that we are bringing in, and the thing that I'm the most excited about, it's having way more participants coming this year. You guys, the word of mouth was amazing, and a lot of people just signed up straight after the first event. They saw the picture, they saw the video, they were like, oh, I cannot miss that again. So it's really good for us, for the team. Like we really see that we've done a good job on the first event, and it shows up in the registration number. So I want to show that place to as many people as I can, because it's an amazing location. Like we have the Mediterranean Sea. You're racing on a small island in the middle of that very old village that has so many history, coming back to like Greek people. Like it was a Greek colony at first. So yeah, so many things that it's very unique about that place. And the scale as well of the event, with that addition of the 100-meter World Championship. It's live on TV. I think we are sharing it to like 20 different countries. So puts a lot of pressure on us, but also it makes the event feel super important, and everyone that comes here really feel that weight on them, but also that buzzing atmosphere that we have during the full 3 days of the event. So yeah, I already forgot what was your question, but that's what I'm excited about.
Well, I do agree with that. I feel like even internally, everyone wants to go to this event, and FOMO last year was huge. So I'm glad that more people are signing up this year, and we can share this experience with the wider Spartan audience from across the globe. So I think it's going to be really exciting. You already mentioned the 100 meters. What makes this 100-meter product so special? What is it about? What can we expect? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's we are based on what World Obstacles, or FISO, is doing. So that federation that is taking OCR to the Olympics. So we really wanted to bring a product that is more like fast-paced and also more sexy for a TV show. So I think it's actually something that Ninja Warrior started to do as well. Like many people know what Ninja Warrior is about, and now they do this one-on-one, 1 versus 1 stages, and it's really what it brings extra. Like you have people competing, and the winner can be a split of a second ahead of the next person. It's very like a very beautiful choreography when you see both of the athletes like going through the obstacles with such a speed, and having they know exactly how to move. And yeah, I think unlike our regular event, which I love following people know how much I love following the athletes on the course. Here you will never have someone that has a 2-minute lead. And of course there is burpees and there is penalties, but here like you never know what will happen. People are missing the bell, they're even missing the buzzer, the last second. So it's always something exciting happening, something very, very unique in our Spartan ecosystem. And we are in the middle of the city. We are on the only flat area that we have in the entire island, I think. When you have people at the restaurants, at the cafes, and it's buzzing with excitement, and people are cheering the athletes. So something very unique.
I do agree with that. I think we will have many head-to-head races where really just milliseconds will decide who will advance to the next round of the battle. Actually, speaking about that, it's also a different format, right? It's not just one, you run your time, but you actually run against each other, and then you
Hmm.
advance in your battle up until two people are left. So I think that makes it very interesting to watch until the very end. And it's, as you said, a very short and fast-paced format. So I think anyone who wants to follow it online will have an exciting time, but also on site,
Hmm.
the atmosphere I think will be very intense again and very exciting. So I'm also looking
And
forward to seeing
and
that live.
that being said, I think Hvar is really like the highlight of speed because we have also the 5K World Championship, so it's our shortest format. Um, the differences of the level is like bring back to something you cannot make a mistake. You miss an obstacle, you're not winning the race. That's for sure. Um, I think the race is 6K with 200 meters of elevation and 400 meters of swimming. So you don't have time to make a big gap. So it's full on from the start till the finish, as we call it a sprint. It's not for nothing, and that's also like the fastest side of our classic distances, and having a world championship in that distance makes so much sense as well because we have different profile coming in. We have some people coming from the IROX community as well that I'm really excited to see them how they will fare against our people. Um, and yeah, like the same athletes are coming back from last year. The field was packed. The finish was super exciting, especially for the third place and the first place as well. Actually, uh, it was Gregory and Stinge, like they were side by side, and same thing for the third place. And we saw our Richard Heineck falling on the last obstacles and losing the podium for like half a second, I think. So he's coming back. Frank is coming back. Everyone is coming back from the top four at least that I know of. So and there is some new people that are coming in as well. So it's going to be very exciting as well. So Saturday was the final of the 100 meters, and then the next day we move on to the sprint. And yeah, I'm really excited to witness what will happen.
For sure, it's going to be very exciting, very very tight, and very close. I think. Thinking of last year's final, especially
Hmm.
on the male front, you already mentioned the swims before. I know last year this was something people got little bit nervous about. You know, sometimes you have
Uh-huh,
like
uh-huh.
block swim, something like that, but suddenly there's three swims. What does that mean in terms of preparation when you do a Spartan race?
Yeah, so I think everyone listening to us have done a Spartan race, and it's not every time that we have the chance to have people swim in different sections. And here, because we're on the island, because of the design of the venue, I was like, I need to have people jumping in and out of the water as much as I can. Um, and we're gonna go for the same number of swim and around more or less the same distance this year. With a little twist on the last one. The last swim will be a bit special. I will develop that later on. But in terms of preparation, like it's a different, you're always changing rhythm. You know, like obstacle racing is also a matter of like running, then doing a carry, then running again, then doing a monkey bar. So we have to be used to change the movement and to change this kind of like fiber muscles you are using. So definitely for someone that want to perform at the event is to do some swim run. So you just find a body of water and you just run, go in the water, swim a bit, go back, and so on. In our events, of course, if you want, we have life jacket available, but also what's important to mention that you can pull on the rope. So there's a rope, you can pull on it. But you can also swim. And I think last year it was head to head with the first two male, and it was a matter of strategy when you leave the rope to climb to the last net and so on. So yeah, prepping. I think you have to prepare for specifically for the race for that specific area as well, and also training on doing obstacles with your hands wet or with the obstacle wet because that will happen.
Okay, that's good to know. What about people who are not able to swim? Is there anything that they can do in that situation?
So as I mentioned, there's a life jacket. So you can wear a life jacket and you can pull yourself along the rope. Also, I would recommend to like slow down a bit. Don't be in the middle of the pack. because we know it's very fast-paced. And unfortunately, like in all of our other events in Spartan Race, if you want to qualify for the final ranking in elite or age group, you need to swim. If you're in open, you just need to do 60 burpees and you can skip the swim.
60 burpees. So for those of you who can't swim and hate water, do your burpees. I think
There we go.
that's a good starting point there. Do you have any, can you give us any spoilers for the course, any teaser
Yeah,
obstacles
so
before any course sections that might be new? Give us something.
yeah, definitely. I think something that I want to get everyone excited about, and then the pressure will be on us to actually deliver this. But I should be fine. I have all of the ingredients to make it happen. So it's on the last swim. We want to have a floating spear throw. So by this, I mean that we're going to put the targets on the water. You're going to climb on the pier in the middle of your swim, grab a spear throw it at the target. The target will be moving a little or a lot, depending on how is the sea. And that's something I'm excited about. And now, cross fingers, we can make it happen because, of course, it's not easy to build stuff on water. At first, I asked the build team to build everything on water, and they say it's not gonna happen, Thomas. So I'm trying to find that's the constant not battle, but like back and forth I have with the build team. I have those crazy ideas of building stuff on top of mountains and so on, or over water, and then we have to see what's safe and what we can do. So that's for me is going to be one of the highlights of the race. And then there is a few other surprises that it's not the same course as last year. We're still going to keep the essential. Of course, for me, I see that especially the 5K is like a touristic tour of the city, but with a Spartan twist. So instead of visiting the fortress, as you will do as a tourist, you will visit carrying a sandbag, for example, or instead of just chilling on the beach, you're gonna have to run through those rocks and swim for a while, and then climb back and the land. So yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to see those new people discovering the event, and for the one coming back to be surprised by the little changes we are making. Of course, we are keeping the same skeleton as year one. There is no need to reinvent the wheel every year, but we're gonna go in that direction. And I should mention the section within those tiny streets of Hvar, which I think are really it's quite deceiving. Like you think it's gonna be just a run through the city, and then you have stairs, you have to do sharp turns and so on. So you have to be on your feet and also like being aware of where to turn. So yeah, it's a really good course with such a small distance. We have so many different things we can play with. And yeah, once again, I'm super glad to have the trust of the city. Like they are giving us the keys, and we can play around for the entire weekend. So yeah.
That's pretty amazing. So you actually get to hop into a very creative role here again as a race director and really come up with new things. Building a whole obstacle course on the water would be pretty crazy, but I like the idea of using all the special spots that are already around the city. I mean, it's more like a town, right? It's not like
Yeah.
New York. It's more like a small town, but I think that makes it really attractive also for people who maybe haven't done a Spartan race before and come for the first time, maybe to even support one of their friends or family members. So if you're thinking about joining them, why not do a sprint yourself? Because you will see all the nice spots there. You will get to all these places that Thomas just mentioned. And if you need to convince yourself, just Google Hvar just once
Yes.
or check out our social media pages because you will see all those really beautiful spaces that you will encounter while being on that event weekend. You also mentioned the fortress. I know, Thomas, you're very famous for your evil carries. Will we see many of those in Croatia?
Yeah, of course. That's part of our DNA at Spartan, and of course because it's so championship, so we have to spice it up a bit more. Although it's a sprint, so I will not focus on like having super heavy and super long carries, but they will still gonna be technical, still gonna be interesting. And I mentioned like this year we are running through the fortress with a sandbag. So it's really cool, that feeling of like conquering the castle and crossing through it. And you have people, you have a little cafe inside the fortress, and it's still open for the public during the race. So you run through with your sandbag, and you have people just having their coffee and wondering what's happening. And as you mentioned, I think we have to highlight this. It's one of the most public-friendly venue that we have in our entire catalog at Spartan. Like maybe Morzin is good as well, but here like it's really, you see the race going through the city. You have multiple spots that you can check, and people will go through it. Like it's super easy to follow and to watch. We're also gonna have a live video filming the race live. We have those massive screens on the festival on the main square. So yeah, like from a public point of view, if you have your friends and family coming in, like bring them over. Everyone is going to love coming to the island.
I can very much agree with that. In my area of Europe, in Austria, many people actually choose Hvar or also the neighboring islands in Croatia as their favorite holiday destination. So
Uh-huh.
it's really something to check out if you're still on the fence and not sure whether you should come or not. You will definitely not regret it, and it's also a great opportunity to extend your summer a little bit longer because it's a bit warmer there. Which actually brings me to the next point, Thomas. What about weather? What should people prepare for? Which shoes, which gear, especially for those who haven't raced there before or are maybe even just open racers, not from the elite sector? What would you recommend to them to bring to the event?
Our wonderful friends in Croatia have told us that Hvar is the most sunnier city in the entire country. So I think they have over 300 days of sunlight. That's a lot, especially if you compare it to London. I live there, sorry. I can say that. But yeah, it should be sunny. There is also a chance that it's not, but um, the chances of having blue sky, wonderful sunrise and sunset are very high. In terms of gear and more like temperatures, expect something between 20 to 25 degrees. And that's usually what we get around that season. And of course, climate can change, and there's so many variables. But regarding especially the gear, you're gonna be wet a lot. You're gonna be wet from the start. You swim at the start, you swim at the finish, so you're constantly gonna be wet. So think about that. For your shoes, it's mostly on hard surfaces. There will be very little mud, although there is a very cool single track that you have to climb up. And of course, with the people going through it during the day, it's gonna get a bit more muddy. Oh yeah, one thing very important actually. Because it's a very old city, you have all of the stones on the floor, and they are super polished after like centuries of being there. So it can be super, super slippery. So just keep this in mind. I don't exactly know what you recommend. Last year, it was a funny story. I bought new shoes on the day of the event because I lost mine. And as soon as I put them, I just fell on the ground because they were new. So like the rubber was like super slick and didn't have any grip. And so it's hard to recommend something. I think people will have to do some testing. That's how you get ready for it. Go in the water, get your feet wet, see how it feels after when you run on hard surfaces. Also, of course, be extra careful on how you attach your shoes, because when you swim with your shoes in the water, there is chances of like everything is becoming more loose when it's wet. So make sure to attach them, secure them super well. What else? You can ask your friends if they have done a swim run before. They might have some good recommendations for some good shoes, like that with some drainage. I know some of the elite last year they drill some holes into their shoes to make sure the water flows out quite well. So
Really?
yeah. No, some of our people are getting super into like different details and especially in a sprint, like seconds matter. So I will not give you the exact blueprint because it's different for everyone, but do some tests and be ready for what's coming.
Yeah, so if you test running on cobblestone, on maybe if you're from Europe, you might have access to streets that are like the ones in Hvar. Try it out, test your shoes.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
also had the same issue as you last year, Tuma. I also slipped on the ground, so
Yeah.
it's really slippery, and you need to know what you do. For me, it was also new shoes, so maybe this is already
Maybe
something
there's something there. Yeah. I think so.
to not to use. What about swimming? Swimming goggles? Does it make sense to bring those?
So whatever you bring on the course, you have to keep it the entire way. So that's all I can say. Like if you want to bring goggles, you can bring them. You cannot throw them away. Um, what else? You can dry your hands on your clothes and so on, but of course you're not allowed to use any chalk or any liquid chalk. That's forbidden. And yeah, for the swim, I don't know. Maybe some people saw last year they were thinking of bringing something for the hand. You know, when you do swim run, you can have something that's a bit more pressure, but you get more tired, and then you have to deal with it. If you lose one during the race, and if you start with something and you cross the finish line without something, you are disqualified or 10-minute penalty. I need to check the rules, what is the wording, but that's really important that whatever you start with, you have to finish with it. So that being said, maybe you want to bring a little canoe with you and you have to carry it all the way around.
Oh, we've seen people carrying all sorts of things on Spartan races already. So if you want to
Yep.
get creative, but make sure you finish with it. That's the key message here, I would say. All right. I think we covered most of the important things for Spartan Hvar. Toma, is there any last recommendation you want to give to our racers coming that
Actually,
way?
there is two things. Just I wanted to, of course, when you come to Hvar, it's a bit special because you go to an island, and of course you have all of the information you need on the event page. You can just go there and check all of the recommendation. But to make it simple for you, you just have to fly to Split. Then there is a bus that takes you to the main marina. In Split, you take a catamaran straight to Hvar, and that's it. You don't have to worry about booking a car or anything else. It will not be useful at all. All of the hotels in Hvar city are walking distance from the start or finish line. So really, it looks sometimes people are a bit scared because it looks difficult. You have to get to the island, but it's super simple. Everyone is doing the same travel, so the locals will help you as well to get there in almost no time. Uh, of course, plan with the schedule of the ferries and catamaran to be back on time for your flight. Otherwise, you just extend your holidays, which is not bad as well.
Especially
Um,
now.
and and then no, the last word is more. If you haven't been to that event, you should definitely come. It's for me, it's a must do on our calendar. Uh, and what we offer at Spartan, you have to come to Hvar one time. You know, it's like coming to Sparta. You have to go there at least once. And usually, if you come to Hvar once, I'm pretty sure you're gonna come back. So see you there. We are getting ready for you guys. We have some surprises, and we're gonna step up the level of the production and what we are delivering to you. And now it's on you to pack and show up ready.
That's very right. So I think you can really expect an action-packed weekend, from spectating to participating to seeing some of the most amazing OCR and ninja athletes in the world, competing in one of the most beautiful locations, race locations that we have in Europe. Make sure to not miss it. And that's it from our side. Thank you, Thomas,
Yeah,
and I'll
sure.
see you in
See you
Croatia.
there.